We've now reached the halfway point in this worldwide transmission on this Tuesday, June 9th, 2009. Just come on in, because you guys sit there at the door, and then I'm going to wait and not talk till you get it to me. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, this is the Daily World. Former CPS director sentenced to 10 years for child molestation. Now, I haven't created a computer file on this, but I should. About 80% of the time I hear about a kid being boiled to death or being tortured to death or being found in a cage, starved to death. They admit deep in the articles that it was a CPS worker or some lazy, pot-bellied PhD for social work who they'll warehouse 5, 6 kids, put them in cages, I'm not kidding, or lock them up in rooms, barely feed them enough to live. You'll think they're concentration camp victims. I did service work in college some and would go in the houses and say, what are these houses? And, you know, the older or the people that knew more about the job would say, oh, this is a foster house. These are death pedophile pits, basically. And then they admit there's 7 times. I keep saying 5 times more likely to abuse. That was the cover of Newsweek in 2000. About 5 times more likely to abuse children. It's now 7 times more likely. I mean, there's no group worse than these people. And it says, former CPS director sentenced to 10 years for child molestation. Judge rejects recommendation for year in jail and treatment. Gary E. Anderson leaned into the podium, his head lowered, and his blue jail jumpsuit draped off his thin frame. The 67-year-old Child Protective Services director told the court he did not understand how he could have spent 36 years of his life defending children. You didn't. You went in there to rape them. Because you piece of trash. Including his own, and now stands guilty of raping a 9-year-old girl and molesting another girl of the same age. Because you're a bucket of crap. Because you're a worm. And because you don't just enjoy raping those children. For the same reason you enjoy, if you read the criminology and the psychology of why you like raping children, it's the same thing you like when those parents are crying, when you show up with brainwashed cops serving you and they drag that little kid out of their hands and you realize you're going to be raping them in just a few hours. It's the enjoyment. It's the domination. It's the power. So you enjoy those parents terrorizing in pain, just like local family court judges, and I've been in their courts watching them. When those families are crying, the judge is literally just going, I mean, they're just soaking the pain, and me, I'm like, that's why I can't go to these anymore, because it's literally like I'm in hell, and I'm going, it's just tearing my guts out, my soul out, and the rage just lifts, and the judge will even see it in your eyes and just look at you, and it's almost like Emperor Palpatine when Darth Vader finds out he's killed his wife, and Darth Vader's having a painful moment, and you see Palpatine going, well, I've seen that in Judge Jean Muir, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen her when they're taking kids. And I mean, literally, it's just like, I just want to, that lady. I mean, she is a bucket of maggot evil. She is a pit demon of hell itself. And all over the country, the family court judges going to get caught getting massive payoffs for stealing kids from the adoption agencies, not to mention the federal bounties to do it. And I have seen them just, as they take a little kid, and the parents are crying, we didn't do anything, you have no proof. And she's like, ha, ha, ha. She'll even, I've seen her on the news before. I've played the clip somewhere. It's a CBS clip where she's sitting there seizing people's kids for no reason in the schools, in the elementary schools. When the kid's late to class, they then make them sign a form agreeing that they were truant. Then when they're late again, they grab them. And when the parents are crying, you see Muir going. I mean, it's just like feeding vampirically on pain. And that's what he did right here. Another disgusting piece of absolute trash, Gary E. Anderson. And you look at them, they always look the same. Look at that weak pedophile piece of filth. Loves hurting innocent, weak people. Loves using the police to have his way. I bet that bailiff right there was probably helping him a month earlier grab people's kids. Look at that sack of demon. Now, due process isn't being followed with these family courts. And tomorrow there's a press conference coming up. We're going to have somebody on dealing with it. Call Governor Rick Perry to veto SB 1440. It ends completely the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, allows the police to take your children like they're Al-Qaeda. You know, we're just grabbing Al-Qaeda in America and secretly grabbing them. Oh, no, now it's your kids in Texas, and other states have introduced similar bills. This bill was even improperly changed after the House passed it by Kirk Watson, the demonic senator, literally demonic. Pure evil flows from this guy. Been battling him for 14 years. Now a state senator, was the mayor, and it goes directly to him. Call Governor Perry's office and tell him not to vote on child kidnapping and not to vote for the end of the Fourth Amendment, where they can take your children, no judge, no jury, not even a fake order. They just take your kids. And folks, they take them and they rape them. They rape babies. They don't care. And a lot of one of their favorite things is to do is to grab your kid and rape them and then say you did it and put you in prison for it. I'm not joking. Pedophiles are running most of your major governments, okay? In fact, I ought to do a whole program on the hundreds and hundreds of cases of Homeland Security officials caught doing it. In fact, Google Homeland Security official caught with child porn, or head of state children's bureau, New Jersey, caught raping children. I mean, that's what I saw in the last week. All right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up right there. Because I got a guest on. And I apologize, she's got to hear this type of stuff, but it all integrates into the same situation. Evil has taken over and set up a system where evil is good and good is evil, and where they can carry out all their evil and then make us, the good people, bad and legitimize all their crap. Now, are you going to let them Abu Ghraib your children and your kids just disappear and they don't even tell you where they went? No judge, no jury, no order. So that rapists can have their way with your children. There is no group more dangerous than a truancy officer or a CPS worker or a foster parent. Period. Do you understand that most of the time when I hear about somebody arrested for pedophilia, it's a CPS director? See, the cops aren't bad, folks. They're not pedophiles on average. They're just like the general public. You have the same sample rate with them in the studies. They know the CPS is pedophiles. That's why they're constantly busting them doing it. I'm not saying something here the police don't know. It is a fact. And I am sick of it. Yeah, I'll be at the mall every once in a while, or in a grocery store, and I'll see some like fat demonic creature going, looking at me. And I'll go, oh, that's a CPS worker that hates my guts. And that's a pedophile right there. And they'll just like see me and go. And then one time I was in the Target parking lot and saw the little gremlin getting in his car. He didn't see me. We, I guess, had left near the same time. And it said Safe Children and the names of these different groups on the back as he was driving off. And I was like, it just hit me like adrenaline. I'm like, whoa, 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 it is one. Oh, my God. God, I've got discernment. Please. Well, you know, it's just so crazy. Just like, oh, there's one of the demons right there. You know, my instinct is just to, you know, clean house, folks. But, I mean, literally... Then I got behind him in the car, because I saw him inside 30 minutes before, leaving, see him there. He doesn't see me. Read his license, his bumper stickers, and then literally just, hit. You know when it hits you? Like, ugh. And I was like, oh, it's a demon. It actually is one. I mean, there he is. He's going to go on. He's probably going to grab a kid right then. He just can't wait to rape a 6-month-old baby. And he's going to blame the parents for it. They'll grab your kid. They go rape it that night in the examination, and then they come and blame you for it. I have had it with you, and I swear one thing on the eternal altar of God. We're going to bring you to justice, no matter what it takes, filth. I apologize. I just can't handle it anymore. I can't handle the stuff I've seen. I can't handle these people knowing nobody's stopping them. They just go on and on and on and on and on, committing their evil. And if I see one more pot-bellied, stick-armed, ball-headed pedophile, CPS worker, I don't think I can handle it. They're bullies. They like hurting children. And I hate your guts. That's the problem. As I get older, I can't stand seeing things be abused. I can't even go hunting anymore because I can't. I know it's stupid. I don't even like shooting deer. If a lizard accidentally gets its tail cut off when I close my door, I almost cry. And then I think about kids, how they're killing. I apologize. I'm going to go to our guest for getting mad.